at Socrates Sculpture Park in Astoria on the waterfront, and Paul Ramirez Jonas is the artist who did the Eternal Flame, and that's why we're here today. The experience of heritage and what cooking means through memory and tradition, that was his idea for the Eternal Flame, and it was for public use. I wanted to do something that supported the restaurants, fight back as one strong voice, because in Queens we're very separated, not just by geography. We have over 150 cultures and nationalities represented in Queens, so we're really separated.
I guess this is a perfect segue for you to tell us about Queens Together. What
Sure.
is Queens Together?
So Queens Together was an effort to create the first grassroots restaurant association in Queens for Queens small business restaurants.
I mean, I just can't get over how many different cultures were represented today.
These are all my friends, our friends, everyone came out to help. There's Boishalki, which is a Bangladeshi restaurant, and Zinan Taverna, which is Cypriot, not Greek. And we have La Aldolita and Corazon del Mexico, two restaurants, Puebla, one in Woodside, one in Long Island City. And we have M. Wells over there, which is Quebecois and Queens because of his wife, I guess. Nourish Spot from Jamaica, Queens, who was actually born in Harlem, raised in Astoria. And finally, we have Casa del Chef, a great Ecuadorian spot in Woodside, one of my favorites.
Who are we with? And give me the name of the restaurant and everything. Let's get started.
Right now, myself being Hugues, all right, and the Crystal, my daughter.
And Nina.
And is Nina here?
No.
Nina's a little stuffed rabbit that's a part of the family. And Sarah, my wife, partner in crime. We've been a business partner and love partner as well since the very beginning of M. Wells, which is a restaurant. At first, we wanted to do a general store. I was hunting and trapping up north. I wanted to be a depot for like designer when they can have pelts and furs, and also have a butcher corner in the back and sell toys for kids. So we wanted to have a general store.
Hi, Harry.
Hi, Claudia.
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Who do you have with you?
This is my daughter, Theodora,
Hi, Tenvora. Nice to meet you.
and my father-in-law, Stelios.
Hello, Stelios.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. So, do you work together at the restaurant?
My father-in-law is the chef at the restaurant. He opened the restaurant in 1988, and I took over about 4 years ago. My mom would always cook at home. She would cook Greek food at home. Easter with the lamb, the whole lamb on a spit.
I love lamb, and I love, you know.
Right? And we make it every Easter now as well, because that is one of the many traditions that we try and keep.
Mi nombre es Cynthia Shepherd. El nombre del restaurante es Corazón de México, Restaurant and Bar. Y bueno, mi mamá y yo somos encargadas de ahí.
Sí, mi nombre es María Iglesias. Representamos Corazón de México.
Y somos de México.
Somos de México.
¿Cómo llegaron al nombre La Adelita para uno de los restaurantes?
La Lelita has a background where she was a woman who fought for the freedom revolution of Mexico. So we stand strongly believing that we women are capable of being independent, and we are able to do the same thing, equality as a man could do in certain areas. So we admire her.
Hi, my name is Jade Duncan.
And I am Dawn Kelly.
And this is my mom.
And this is my daughter, my only daughter.
Do you have any favorite childhood food memories with your mom?
So my mom would let me, explore whatever. So I would see Emeril Lagasse cook dishes, and I would just be like, hey, Ma, let's go grocery shopping. I want to get this. I'm making this for dinner. One day I saw them make some lamb chops, and next thing you know, for Thanksgiving, I think I was like 7, I cooked the entire Thanksgiving dinner, made some lamb chops, and can't remember everything else I made, but yeah, me and cooking have a long, long love relationship.
Hi, my name is Alfonso Shikai. I'm the chef owner of Casa del Chef Bistro here in Woodside, Queens, New York.
Do you have can you share some early food memories of when you were a child growing up in Ecuador?
Absolutely, yes. That's something that we can never forget from back home. But there is so many things, so many dishes, so many food that I would love to share. But by the way, restaurant business is one of the business that brings people to the community. You know, I got so many questions. Chef, why did you open such a restaurant in Woodside? I wanted to lift Woodside. I want to be part of the Woodside, become better, and like I said, a reason that people could visit the neighborhood.
My name is Toza Melmia. My mom, her name is Shahara Khan, and she's pretty much my inspiration to open up 4 restaurant now. I mean, here, the family members, needed support by, like economical support to raise us properly. And she chose to go, different restaurant to work there as a chef or, cook in our local Bangladeshi or Indian restaurant without any background of understanding, how restaurant works, what will be, we're gonna be facing. Only hope we had that, my mom, she cooks good food.
Restaurants always donate. Restaurants always give of their time and effort, but now is the time to support them while they support the community. No restaurant can survive at 25 or 50%. Most can barely survive at 100%.
It's been very hard. I was about to close my restaurant back in middle of May or something. But, I had to keep standing strong.
Persevering.
Right. And keeping open the doors and being inside the kitchen, being, with our patrons around.
We definitely had to pivot because one of the great things about the Nourish Spot is we're a community gathering space, and people enjoyed, of all ages, children, adults, the seniors. They would come into the bar and sit down and, buy their food and then interact with us at the store.
What role does Queens Together play in helping you and your community?
They haven't forgotten, someone hasn't forgotten about us, especially in Queens, especially our restaurants, that we are going through hard time. It's our life, our investment there, and we can lose it at any moment, and what are we gonna do then? It's not only for me, but also people who eat from us. We're the one who employ, we're the one who contribute a little bit to the community, and seeing how Queens Together is actually reaching out and saying, hey, we're gonna help you. This is what you're going to do. This is where you can get legal advice. This is where you can get this information. So that's that way they have really played a big role in it.
Queens Together, we joined to help them and for them to help us because we needed a bigger voice in terms of the restaurants that are in Queens. So with them, we're able to reach more people and really, make an impact to help the restaurants because a lot of the restaurants are closing. A lot of them are struggling, and whatever we can do and they could do to just get the help we need. And
So we're pretty much buying time to survive. And that's what Queens Together, and they're putting together with a group of restaurants and our voices together. It's sometimes when I individually try to say something, it doesn't happen. But when Queens Together trying to say something, we have a body of people that, taking one message to the people who need to hear.
So I've been asking these chefs that have been here, what does the food community, the local food community need?
So what I would say is that if you want to support your local restaurants, you can order directly from the restaurant. Stop with the third-party apps like Grubhub, Seamless, Yelp. Order directly from the restaurants because up to 30 to 40% of every dollar doesn't go to your favorite restaurant. It goes to some company outside of your local neighborhood. And that 30 to 40% could be going into the pockets of the restaurant owners and their employees and the local economy. So that's one. call your local politicians and convince them to convince the landlords to sit down and talk with their tenants, because 94% of restaurants in August couldn't afford to pay their full rents, if any. It's really tough, and I don't know how we're going to survive the rest of the year, but if people just step up like they've been doing and supporting their restaurants, that's what's going to help the most.
You know, we used to go out and dine and stuff. I don't miss like the fancy food from that chef Baba and Bibi. It's the people with who you used to go out. You had great conversation, and that we miss right now. I think food is it's just something that brings good conversation, right? Good things bring good things. At least that's what I think. And like when food is good, like it elevates a conversation, and you remember, you anchor to it. And I think that's what we miss. It's the people,
The community.
the people around, right? People with, yeah.
Are you hopeful?
You wouldn't believe how these chefs and restaurants have stepped up and evolved. And so I am very hopeful that those of us that survive are going to be in a much better place than we've ever been before.
Want to talk about the bread?
Yeah, I want to talk about the bread. When Paul set up this event back in July, we taped in August, and we talked about Queens Together and the idea of breaking bread and sharing with people. Basically, it was, oh, that's a great idea, do bread. If you go on YouTube and you look up how to do bread on a campfire, there's some of that. I couldn't find out how to turn a state or city park grill into an oven, so we just did it, and I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, so please, everybody should come try and break some bread and sit. We've had a really great day, and I'm super excited to share my dish.
Excellent.
Hey, really, thank you everybody for being here. We could not have done it without you, literally, seriously. And the food's been delicious.